So I'm assuming you have found the most optimal position for your meditation practice today. If you haven't, take the next few moments to finalize how you want to experience this exploration of meditation and breathing through the body. Perhaps you add a little cushion to the head. Perhaps you put another layer on if you're not warm enough. Let's get intentional about how we're nurturing ourselves before we even begin. Setting yourself up for the most optimal practice you can. And as a reminder, we're looking to strike the balance between effort and ease. So there's a gentle opening and effort through the spine, an effort of your mind being concentrated on what is being said. And then there's this ease that's present too. Softening through the jaw, the shoulders, the forehead. Finding that balance between effort and ease now in the way that you're showing up in these very moments. And another reminder as we begin is that this is a practice. There is no achievement, there is no end goal. We're just in the moment to moment unfolding experience, practicing our breathing and meditation today. Acknowledging yourself for carving out the time and the space in your day to meet your intention for practice, whatever that looks like. And if you haven't got an intention, why not formulate one now? What would you like to receive from today's session? And without attachment to the outcome, just letting it be there in the background as we move forward together. Dropping in just a little bit further to the body, letting your hips soften, letting your feet and legs rest now. And as the next few breaths move in and out of your body, simply become aware of them. Can you be with your breath now for the next few moments, simply observing? And as the breath travels in the body, there's this beautiful refreshment that comes over the body. And then as you breathe out, there's this beautiful release that happens. Every exhale releases a little bit of mental or physical tension each time that you breathe out. And as the next few moments pass, noticing the way that your rib cage is moving with the breath. And this is where we're going to be resting and remaining for a little bit of breathing together. For our full yogic breath, we start to use the rib cage a little bit more to establish a fuller breath in and a longer releasing breath out. Starting to feel the ribs be more involved with the action of breath than they usually are. You might even start to feel the belly rise with the breath in and the belly soften with the breath out. Over the series of the next few breaths, you're welcome to find a rhythm that makes the breath even and equal. Could be 4 or 5. I'll let you find your rhythm yourself. But breathing into the same count, breathing out to the same count. And if you could drop in the state of joyfulness into the rib cage as you breathe, how would it alter the way that you're breathing? Making this a joyous action. It's almost like each breath is a celebration, a moment of gratitude for having this breath, having this life. How would it feel to breathe joyfully? Just a few more rounds of full breath. Bringing the breath a little deeper into the body, noticing if it's been quite high up in the chest. Letting it drop a bit deeper down. Beautifully done. Gently release the shaping of the breath and come back to your natural breathing. Notice what's present for you on the back of that short breathing exploration. Did anything shift internally? Did anything remain? Simply become aware. And then I'm going to invite you now to sense inwardly into your physical body. And if I were to ask you, where does joy reside in your body? What would be the first response on a physical level? Where do you feel joy reside? Some people might feel it in their hearts, some others in their stomachs. Wherever you feel it is okay, it's valid, it's your experience. And I'm going to ask you now to take your mind back to the last day or few days and recount a joyful memory. Something that made you smile or feel content. A moment of connection perhaps, or something strange or outside of that that made you feel joyful. Go ahead and explore that time or that moment and just feel into it. Where is it in the body? Nicely done. And the next question, why did it make you feel joyful? What was it about that moment or experience that brought joy into your being? And if it feels hard to connect to a moment of joy, if joy feels distant to you at this moment in your life, know that it's always there. We have a well of joy inbuilt within us. Having a joyful experience is our birthright, and sometimes we just need to release and dissolve the blockages that limit us to getting there. So the next question for contemplation in your meditation is, what's stopping you feeling more joyful? What's creating a barrier between you and an expanded state of joy? And just notice what comes up. Try not to judge it too harshly, but just acknowledge it. And know that it is within your power. As the creator of your own inner reality, you get to move toward a deeper state of joy through dissolving these barriers and boundaries and doing whatever is necessary to get closer to a joyful state. And now I'm going to invite you to sense your body once again. And I'd like you to visualize a small ball of golden light. The center of your chest, a small ball of golden light. And it swirls and it spirals like a little vortex. And you might choose to see this as the access point to your joy. But imagine it's golden and it's spiraling here in the center of your chest. Maybe there's a fizziness, a giggliness to this light here in your chest. And I'd like you to imagine that beautiful golden light spreading from your heart space through the body, through the chest, the stomach, the arms, the legs, the head, until you get the visual of your whole body illuminated in this joyful, fizzy, giggly energy and light. And imagine this warmth weren't just stopping at the boundaries of your body, but it started to take up residence in the space that you're in, altering the state of your space, of the items in your space. All the objects around you start to also have that same experience of finding joy. And if joy had a sound, what does it sound like to you? Imagine that sound radiating from not only yourself, but the objects in your space, the space itself. And if there's anyone in your world that you know needs a little bit of expanded joy, why not imagine bottling up some of this beautiful, fizzy, golden, joyful energy and giving it to them to have a nourishing drink? Imagine them drinking this beautiful bottle of goodness, and suddenly they get the same warm, tingly, giggly, joyful feeling from their heart space. And it, as a vortex, it spirals into the edges of their body and then alters the environment they're in and catches on to those people in their own space too. The final contemplation as we explore joy in this meditation is, what can you do to spread a little joy today? What can you do in your power that will amplify joy today? Doesn't have to be big. Sometimes a gentle smile to a stranger is a huge act of kindness, of joy. Starting now to deepen the breath that is present. Take a little moment as you deepen the breath to reflect upon our meditation and the theme. And being truthful internally as to how joyful you're feeling. And if it's something you're looking to reinvigorate in your life, in your being. Joy is contagious. Joy is your birthright. Starting to notice any sensations in the body. Starting to notice any sounds within your space. And when you're ready, you can start to bring yourself out of the meditation with some gentle movements in the fingers, the toes. And when you feel comfortable and willing and ready to do so, start to blink the eyes open and come back into your space, feeling an exaggerated state of joy.